Hello, my name's Priscilla. Yesterday we had a day off and we went to a National Trust property, Berrington Hall. We went through a walk through a field where there were sheep and lambs. They seem to have an easy life. They're quite content to stay in the same place, just feeding and resting. The only worries they seemed to have were when the ewes and the lambs got separated from each other and they bleated to each other to try and find each other. And also when people came near, they got a bit frightened. And perhaps both those things sound familiar to us. Getting scared when people come too near and being worried that we're not with our nearest and dearest. But supposing a shepherd were to come and to lead them away out of the status quo. Recognising his voice, they might be prepared to trust him and to follow him away from the safe, cosy place where they lived to somewhere new. The shepherd might lead them through the valley of the shadow of death, but the sheep would trust him, knowing that he'd protect them with his rod and his staff. The shepherd would find the lost sheep, he'd reconcile the separated ewes and lambs, and he'd protect them from any danger. More likely the shepherd might lead them into new green pastures and beside still waters, new places of rest and refreshment and restoration and provision. But wherever he led them, the sheep would know that they could trust the shepherd. They'd be safe to follow him wherever he went. And like sheep, we need to trust the shepherd and to follow him where he leads. This reminds me of a poem by Pat Marsh called Not an Easy Option, which I'm going to read to you now. Stirring the easy slumbers of my consciousness, he jolts me from the cosy rut I'd channelled for myself. Breaking the mould of others' expectations, he questions once more the status quo in me. Prompting me to steer my route across uncharted ground, he challenges me to set my feet on pathways new. It's not an easy option, following God, for he calls me in directions where I had not thought to go, requires of me a courage which I did not think I had, turns on their head my preconceived ideas and plans. It's not an easy option, following God. It might not be an easy option sometimes to follow God into the unknown, but trusting the shepherd and following him wherever he takes us is always the best option. Amen.